Welcome to the MediaBox, Lord Simon Russell, rapporteur on how to address migrant smuggling. Why this report and why now? You really say that the level of sophistication and the level of the problem has kind of got worse in recent years.
Well, I think we've reached a point in time where the problem has got large enough and is poisoning politics all over Europe that the sovereign states themselves and the organizations of sovereign states like the EU are finally deciding that they need to get their act together and be much more united and much more serious about putting serious thought resources into tackling particularly illegal migration and the instrumentalization of migration by Russia and Belarus. And that's their job. Our job at the Council of Europe, in my view, is to be very clear about what the human rights obligations of member states are, to ensure that they are crystal clear about what they are and what they are not, and to bear those in mind as they move forward with a much more coordinated and effective attempt to actually stop migrant smuggling in the first place.
What are they doing wrong at the moment?
Well, they're not. I mean, it's not very joined up. The numbers that are coming through indicate quite clearly that foreign policy by nation states and the EU is failing to influence the countries of origin and also the countries where migrants are passing through on their way here. It needs to be taken much more seriously, and Europe needs to speak with a united voice, which at the moment it clearly doesn't. And that is, like trying to fight illegal migration with both hands tied behind your back.
So what exactly did this Assembly vote for today?
What this Assembly voted for in this report was pretty much what I just said, which was for the Council of Europe to declare very clearly that, as the representative organization in the continent for human rights and for democracy, freedom and the rule of law, our job is to be crystal clear about what the human rights of those unfortunates who are migrants or are being smuggled, who are refugees, legal or illegal, are. And to sort of put a line in the sand and to say, over to you, nation states and the EU, work with that and do whatever you need to do, because you're not doing very well at the moment to tackle this. But bear in mind, don't infringe unknowingly on the human rights. And the human rights side is partly exacerbated by the fact that although virtually every nation state, member state of the Council of Europe has signed up to many of these human rights obligations, the way in which they are interpreted legally differs considerably from state to state. So part of the report is saying, please understand and recognize where there are inconsistencies. Try and iron out those inconsistencies, because that just makes the job harder.
Lord Simon Russell, thanks for talking to us.
Not at all. My pleasure.